What is up, guys? It is Twix, Dom, Rope, Slashy here, back with another video. Today we're going to be here with part 3 of my Club Penguin Online Exposed series. And this is definitely going to be one of the most important videos on this channel. Because this video is going to be documenting the reality of what can happen to you if you play Club Penguin Online. Now, before this video starts, I just want to address what Club Penguin propaganda looks like. In my last video, part 2, I noticed that there was a comment from someone named Lord Savage 12, and I'll post a screenshot right now of the comment that he posted and addressing how this is Club Penguin propaganda and what to look out for. So what is Club Penguin propaganda? Club Penguin propaganda is when someone from the Club Penguin Online team comments on something that has to do with their game. More than likely, it's going to be something that has to do with exposing Riley or exposing the Club Penguin Online staff. And what they'll do is they will comment something either saying, hey, this is fake, this person did this person's just upset that they were banned, this person's just yada yada. And they pretty much try to decept the person or other people that are going to watch the video and make them feel like what they're reading or what they're watching is incorrect. And this is exactly what happened at my last video. Lord Savage, who I have confirmed is Epic 101, commented on my video trying to pretty much make me to be a bad person. Now, I do want to address, I have addressed in both my part 1 and part 2 video that back then when I was staff on Club Penguin Online, I was a bad person. I did bad things. I did shitty things to people, and I regret it. Now, obviously, the present day, I no longer do that stuff. I no longer, or am involved in that type of stuff. But basically, what Epic 101 did was he pretty much tried to say that I harassed Savannah. And he tries to make it seem that Savannah is this minor, is just this such an innocent person that I harassed. Now, if you guys don't remember from my part 1 video, where I post Savannah, calling my phone number 68 times from no caller ID, and then proceeding to then DM me on Discord, pretty much confirming that she did that. She's not an innocent person. She's obviously not as bad as some of the other people, but she's definitely not innocent. And she's not a minor either. So I'm going to post a few screenshots right now on the screen of Epic's of Savannah, his TikTok page, where she confirms that she is 19 years of age. Obviously in the bio, it says 19. And then on her Instagram, it says she's a hospice nurse. Now, I don't know if anyone here knows, but I've never met a hospice nurse that's a minor. Now, if I recall, at least in America, you have to be over the age of 18 to be a nurse of any type. So unless I'm missing something here, she's definitely not a minor. But I guess, when you're Club Penguin Online, you get confused between what a minor and adult is. Obviously, Riley has been very confused because, he receives... never mind. We're not gonna get into that. But basically... he tried to make it seem that Savannah was a minor, which she's not. She is definitely not a minor, and she definitely is an adult. And then he tries to make it out that she no longer plays Club Penguin Online because when I attempted to dox her, it gave her mental distress. But funny thing is, today I joined the Discord, and I searched Savannah's name. And guess what? She was active today. So, like I said, Club Penguin propaganda, it's everywhere. If you look at a Club Penguin Online Exposed thread or other Club Penguin Online Exposed videos, you'll see tons of Club Penguin propaganda in the comment section. This is what Club Penguin Online does best. They try to suppress the truth. They try to lie. They try to decept people. That's what they do. Anyways, you guys came here to hear my experience of being doxxed and being a victim of Riley, and you're going to hear it. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So in 2018, beginning of 2018, in January of 2018, I was a victim of getting doxxed. I pissed off Riley and Riley's friends at the time. Now, I want to address that these people that doxed me, that were Riley's friends, no longer associate themselves with Riley. They're no longer friends with Riley. I'm actually friends with these people now. So I will not be mentioning any names in this video other than Riley's name, because I don't want these people to get harassed. I don't want these people to get targeted. These people were in the same situation that I was in. They worked for Riley. They were good people in a bad spot, and I forgive them. And I'm a very forgiving person. So I forgive these people, and these people, their names are just not going to be mentioned. But anyways, Riley's friends at the time, and Riley put me in a group chat because I pissed Riley off. I don't remember exactly what I did to piss Riley off, but I pissed him off. He obviously had access to the database because he has that type of access and that type of power. So he had access to the Club Penguin Online database where he posted my email and posted my IP address. He then told me that if I don't give him the email password to that email, then he would swat me. Now, obviously at the time of this happening, I was 17 years old. I was still a minor. And I was, not aware that Riley paid people to hack. So I was under the impression that, Riley, knew how to do stuff himself. Now, obviously, I did stuff for Riley, but I just assumed always that the reason why Riley never did anything was because he didn't want his name linked to any of the stuff that he wanted me to do. And I understood that. He owns a game. The game already had a shady reputation at the time from other allegations. So I understood that, Riley, might have not wanted to do that because he didn't want his name to be linked to any more stuff. So obviously I was scared shitless. I didn't want my door to get kicked down. I didn't want my family to have guns held to their head or guns pointed at them. And I didn't want, any of that to happen. So obviously, willingly, I gave the email address password to Riley. Now, fortunately, the email that I signed up with on Club Penguin Online was also the same email that was linked to my Snapchat account, my PlayStation account, my Instagram account, and my YouTube account. So, obviously, where that goes. Riley then proceeds to change my Instagram password, hack my Instagram account. He logged into my Snapchat, and that's how he got my nudes. If you guys aren't aware, Snapchat, if you log into someone's Snapchat account, you can change the My Eyes Only password if you have the password to the Snapchat account. So that's how Riley got my nudes. My nudes were in the My Eyes Only on Snapchat. And Riley obviously reset the Snapchat password to the My Eyes Only, logged in, got my nudes, screenshot them, and here we are today. So after all that went down, a few days went by, nothing really happened, and then I got an email from a Discord notification from Riley saying that if you ever do anything again like this, the world, your friends, your parents will see your nudes. And he was not lying. So I had friends at the time that knew that I got hacked, and they helped me spread the word that I got hacked. So a lot of my friends, a lot of the people at my school knew that I got hacked. They knew what I was going through, including my teachers and the principals. So everyone was aware that I got hacked. But Riley harassed a few of my friends that were females. He called them horrible names, body shamed them, called a few girls ugly, asked a few other girls for nudes, and he tried to lie to them saying that it was me, and he was like, I'm no longer hacked, it's me, just send me nudes, I have a blah blah blah, I have a crush on you, stuff like that. Obviously the girls that were victim went to the office, went to the principal at the time, and told the principal, and I told the principal that my account has been hacked. I don't have access to this account anymore. I can't do anything about this. And I had tons of people that vouched for me, so I never really got in trouble. But I ended up was able to get access to my accounts back because I was able to contact Snapchat and provide Snapchat that I was the owner, of this account. I was able to do the same thing with Instagram. Somehow I was able to convince Google that I was the owner of the Gmail account as well, and I was able to get my Gmail account back. And I deleted the Snapchat account and the Instagram account. Those accounts are no longer available to see, just because I was afraid that Riley would, do it again. So after I was able to regain control of the account, I got another message from Riley, and Riley said, "Bad move, bad choice. Your information is going to get posted online. People are going to know where you live. People are going to see who you are. People are going to see your nudes, your body parts. Expect hell." And obviously at the time, I didn't really know what to do. I didn't know if to believe him, because I didn't know at the time that he took screenshots of my nudes. I didn't know that he had them. So, I just kind of shrugged it off and was like, okay, whatever. He's upset that I got the accounts back. But I left the community. I left and I didn't come back until 2019. So I come back in 2019, a year after I got doxed. And I also want to note that after I got my accounts back, nothing really happened. The only other thing that happened was for 3 days straight, Riley sent pizzas to my house. He sent $180 worth of pizza to my house, and unfortunately now those pizza restaurants have blackmailed delivery to my house, so we can no longer pizza deliver. But it wasn't a really big deal. No one in my family really eats pizza anyways, so obviously not really a big deal. But other than that, the pizza bombing and my accounts getting hacked, nothing really happened for a year, because I believe Riley just assumed that I was gone and that I wouldn't come back, and he just kind of forgot about it. He had other people to harass, other people to dox, other people to make his victim. Rope is no longer here. Rope was gone. So I come back. I'm all about forgiveness. I'm all about forgiving people and giving people second chances. So I was thinking to myself, and I was very stupid. Just want to point that out. Very stupid to do this. And I apologized to Riley. And I told Riley that I was sorry for pissing him off. And that I hope that I could be his friend again, and that I could have my position back on Club Penguin Online. Because at the time, I really enjoyed staffing on Club Penguin Online because it had an active community. And it was always my dream when I was a younger kid, when I was 12, to one day staff on a Club Penguin server that had over 12 users. And Club Penguin Online, was that game. Even back then, Club Penguin Online had lots of users on. So I came back, and sure enough, obviously, as you guys know, Riley gave me my rank back. But that still didn't stop him from continuing to harass me in the staff chat. There'd be days I would come on, and Riley would just be like, "Oh, if you do this or do that, remember what I have." He would always make sure that he reminded me that he has my information, and that if I did anything or went against him, that people would know about it and people would know my information. And I was scared, I was nervous. So obviously anything that Riley told me to do, I would do. That's where a lot of the doxing that I did happened. A lot of the DDoSes that I did, because I was scared. I was Riley's slave. I was a victim of Riley, and I was terrified. I didn't want to get doxed. I didn't want to get swatted. I didn't want to get, I didn't want to relapse of what happened in the past. So I listened to Riley. I listened to him very, very closely. I would obey him. I would never say no. If Riley wanted it done, I would do it. So September comes around, and as many of you know, that was when Kiwi gave up ownership to... Riley gave up ownership and transferred it to quote unquote Kiwi. He passed the torch to Kiwi. And I was not happy about that for many reasons. I thought, me and Riley were close. I all this stuff. So basically what happened was I was in CPR research, and Riley wanted me to SWAT someone, and I refused to do it. And then I knew that saying no would have repercussions. So what I did was I told Riley no, and this was, I believe, at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, my time. So Riley was asleep, or he wasn't online at the time. So what I did was I wrote up a resignation letter, which I'll leave a link to in the description below, and then told everyone that I was resigning, and I just kind of left. And in my resignation letter, I asked Kiss Riley because I was hoping that if I was able to ask Kiss Riley, he would not be upset at me for refusing to SWAT someone. And sure enough, that didn't happen. So I ended up, leaving again. I left again, and then I kind of went ghost, and then I got swatted. Now, I don't know if it was Riley that swatted me or if it was someone else that swatted me. Riley is notoriously known for spreading and posting people's doxes, nudes, and personal information in random Discord servers. So I didn't know, if he was the one that did it or if it was someone else that did it. But what basically what happened was October, or I don't exactly even remember when I got swatted. I don't even know when I got swatted. But basically, I got swatted, and it was at 1 o'clock in the morning. I was still up. I was playing Grand Theft Auto on my PlayStation 4 in the basement, and I heard banging on the door. Now, I live in a good neighborhood, so I didn't really, obviously I knew it wasn't like someone trying to break in. There's this banging and yelling, and I couldn't really make out what they were saying because I had my headset on, but I heard the banging. So I take my headset off, and then all of a sudden upstairs I hear this loud, this crash. And then the next thing that happens is my alarm starts going off. We have a house alarm, a security alarm. So if someone opens the door or breaks in, the alarm goes off if there's a loud crash. The alarm company automatically programmed the alarm system to consider that a robbery or a break-in. So the alarm was going off. My parents were asleep. My sister was asleep. My dog was asleep. Everyone was asleep in the house except me. And then the next thing I remember is I am freaking out at first because I thought, oh shit, someone's in my house. I didn't, I thought I was getting robbed. And then I just hear, the police officer saying, where's Dominic? Where's Dominic? I'm not going to say my last name. Where is he? Where is he? And I come running upstairs, and there's an officer where the top of the stairs was, and he says, do not go any further, and told me to stop, and he pointed a gun at me. And I had my hands up. And basically what the police told us was after this all ended was that someone apparently called in a hostage situation, that basically I killed my sister, I killed my dad, that my mom was still alive, and that if the police didn't come, or if the police came, that I would end up killing her, something along those lines, some bizarre shit. And basically, yeah, I got swatted. So at the time, I didn't really, I had to go down to the police station, my local police station, and I, explained to the police that, back in 2018, I got doxed. I didn't tell them, that it was I just said I got doxed, but I didn't know who doxed me, because I didn't want to, mention anyone's name because I was afraid that, if I snitched, then, this would happen again. So, I didn't tell them that it was Riley. I didn't even know Riley's real name at the time. So I just told them that, someone doxed me online, that on Fortnite or something like that. I don't remember, or I don't even remember what it was. I just told them some lie, and, they were like, okay. They documented it. They wrote it in their records, and here we are today. So present day, nothing has really happened too much. Every now and then, random stuff is sent to me. A few months ago, or like a few months back, I got, my dad was sent a lot of condoms, and he thought it was me, and he was pretty pissed off at it. But basically, nothing really has happened. So after all that happened, I came back to the Club Penguin online community. I came back to the CPS community. I didn't play the Club Penguin online community anymore, but I joined back in the CPS community briefly, and that's when I met Hannah and Jess and this guy named Dino Jancy, who originally started Club Penguin Online Exposed. So I got in contact with Dino Jancy first, and basically I told him that I'm an ex-CPO staff member, and that I have screenshots and information to tell him. I confirmed that everything that he currently had was correct, and I basically gave him all the screenshots and evidence that I had from my experiences with Riley. And I have tons of screenshots that are dating back all the way to when I was staff on Virtual Penguin. So I had years of screenshots to give him, and information to give him on Riley. And then I joined CPRI, Club Penguin Reimagined, met Hannah and Jess, both of them who ran CPST and like a few other CPO exposed accounts. Somehow Riley figured out that I was helping these individuals and that I was getting involved again, and he did not like that. He did not like that one bit, because he knew that I had information that was going to be very valuable, very important information that could help expose Club Penguin Online even more. So he did not like that, and I remember that I was at work at my new job, and I got a Discord message from Riley, and the first thing I say out loud is, "Oh shit, this is not going to be good." And I remember my coworker telling me, was like, "What's going on? Like, is everything okay?" And I was like, yeah, everything's fine. And I accepted the friend request, and that's when I was going as a name Pong. And the first thing that Riley told me was, "What the hell are you doing? That's a very bad idea to help people expose me." And obviously that's like, we had a confrontation. There's a screenshot that Riley always uses, where basically it's where I'm telling him that I have enough nudes to expose the Club Penguin Online community. He took that out of context, first of all, but that was the same DM conversation of the day that Riley added me. And yeah, so that was the conversation where me and Riley talked. Me and Riley argued. We yelled at each other. Riley, leaked my information. He was like, "Remember, I have your information. I have your nudes, and I'm not afraid to show people it." So after that, I blocked Riley. I told Riley that I wasn't scared of him. And at the time, I was scared a little bit, because I just got swatted a few months ago. So I was a little, scared. And basically, I didn't stop. I continued to help the Club Penguin Online exposed community like I am today. And Riley took it upon himself to email my father, and I'll post a screenshot of the email right now. He emailed my father and my mother. He used a Proton email account in my name, and he basically emailed them. And in the email, he's basically lies, and he tells my parents a whole bunch of shit about me that's not even true. He goes on to tell them that I apparently do drugs, that I'm apparently in a gang, that I do credit card fraud, stuff like that. Now, a lot of the stuff that he even said in the email was stuff that he actually does, which I find very ironic, how he's able to twist the truth and then somehow, make it look like I'm doing this stuff. Now, obviously, my dad didn't believe it. My parents didn't believe it. I'm very close with my parents. They know who I am as a person. I talk to my parents all the time, so they obviously didn't believe it. But in the email, it goes on to even threaten my dad's company. So my dad, he is an independent business owner. He's worked very hard for his company and where he is today. And I'm very proud of him. And in the email, he threatens to pretty much ruin my dad's reputation, ruin my dad's company reputation. He threatened to pretty much leak, or in the email it says that he will tell all of my dad's clients what his son Dominic does online, referring to the nudes and stuff like that he has of me. And he was going to send it to apparently all my dad's clients. So my dad, was very upset. He was scared because, he didn't really know who this person was. He remembers, he knew that I was doxed and stuff like that, but he didn't think that these people were still around. He thought that these people, grew up and moved on with their life. Clearly, that's not the case. We know that. So he was very shooken up. I can't blame him for that. I would too. So he was scared. And we obviously took this email to the police. And there's a few other police reports that were opened up at this time that I used that email as more proof for them. But we haven't heard anything back from the police yet. But that was the email that I got. That you're seeing on the screen. So after that, that kind of shook me up a little bit, and shook my dad up. And my dad, he just kind of told me, he was like, I don't want you, in this community or playing that game because there's crazy people on there. And he wanted me to, leave. And so I did. But I was still on the Discord server, and I was still giving people screenshots and information if they, added me and DM'd me. And then I kind of just left altogether. And then, a few days ago, 6 days ago, when I uploaded my video, is kind of when I joined back. Now, I just want to let everyone know that I'm not here permanently. After I'm done exposing Club Penguin online, getting the story out there, getting all the testimonies from individuals and Riley's victims, I will be leaving permanently, and I will never step foot back into this community again. But a few days ago, after I uploaded part 1, it was kind of quiet and nothing really happened. I obviously knew that there was going to be some shit that was going to be happening pretty soon, but nothing really happened until I uploaded part 2. Part 2 is when shit started to go down. So I think the next day after I uploaded part 2, the next day after I uploaded, so after part 2 of my Club Penguin Online Exposed series was up, I woke up to a lot of Snapchat notifications and a lot of Discord DMs. Basically, what happened was my friends were trying to notify me that Riley or someone who I've confirmed now is to be Epic. Epic was the person that made these accounts and that did this stuff. After part 1 video, I've confirmed that Riley has gone inactive. He's kind of gone ghost, so Epic is taking his place. So Epic goes out of his way to make Discord accounts, and I'll post screenshots of everything that happened. So I got a friend request of someone with a photo, like the profile picture being my nude, and then the name being my social security number. And I didn't accept it because literally after I took that screenshot, my Discord account got banned. So I was never added into the actual group conversation with Epic. But Hannah and my friend Neo were added into the conversation. And basically what Epic did was he posted my nudes, which obviously I knew was going to happen. That like every single time that either Riley or one of the CPO staff confronts me or exposes me, they always post my nudes. It's just like, it's almost like it's a template, or it's like mandatory. Like, we must post his nudes. Like, everyone must see his nudes. I don't know if it's like they do it to embarrass me. Like, those nudes, man, are from 2016, 2017. I don't even have the same haircut. I don't even have the same phone. Like, every single thing about that nude, it screams old. No one has my current nudes. No one will have my current. So, like, it doesn't even bother me. That's the funny thing. I just find it funny that they still do it, thinking that it bothers me. But anyways, he posts my nudes. And then he posts my mom's social security number. And then he posts information and stuff like that about my family. And then there was another account that we also confirmed was Epic, that only Neo had a conversation with. And this is where Epic actually posts my mom's social security number, my mom's information, my address, and then information and other people in my family. And I'll post a screenshot there as well. And basically, I was never added to these conversations. Like I said, my Discord account got banned. I was at work at the time, so I didn't really know what was going on. But basically, Epic, confirms that it's not Riley, and basically pretty much is just over here harassing me, trying to, scare me. He's obviously upset that the video came out because it exposed him and it showed everyone, the true person that he is. The original video before because part 2 got taken down. It got flagged, which I'm assuming was Epic that did that. But basically, he wasn't happy. That video at the time, the original part 2 had like 2,000 views. So 2,000 people saw how much of a piece of shit Epic was. And obviously he wasn't happy about that. You can't blame him. I mean, if you get exposed that hard, I wouldn't be very happy either. If the whole world is going to see, or lots of people are going to see how much of a piece of shit you are, and the crimes that you're committing, obviously you have a right to be mad. So he was angry. He was, threatening my friends, threatened Hannah, saying that Hannah's going to be next, and, just making empty threats. So that happened, and then nothing really happened that day or anything after that. And then my friend Uzi, he plays Club Penguin Oasis. And he sent me a screenshot, and I'll post a screenshot on the screen now, of apparently Epic decided that he was going to, it was actually Epic, and then he told me the administrator Banana, or Banea, something, whatever. Her name is Bay on Discord, Bay. She was there with him, and basically Epic created an account on Penguin Oasis with my first name, and then he forgot with my last name. But the funny thing was, Epic is so bad at spelling that he actually didn't spell my last name correctly. So it was just Dominic Alberto. So he registered an account with that name, and then he basically goes on there telling everyone that he has my parents' social security number and that nasty shit is going to be coming my way. And that was the last threat that I've gotten or received lately. So, I don't know what's going to happen, but obviously if anything happens, I'll be keeping everyone updated and stuff like that. But yeah, that is my experience with being doxed. And I just want everyone to know that this is the reality. And this could become your reality if you continue to play Club Penguin online. Because when you play Club Penguin online, believe it or not, you're putting yourself in danger. You're putting, your information out there, and it's a security like issue. Like Club Penguin Online is a security issue, and the worst thing is that with Riley and Epic is that they're mentally ill people. They are people that have issues. Obviously, anyone that has to act tough on a child's game has issues. That's not normal to be, trying to scare 13-year-old kids, or obviously receiving child pornography. That's not normal either. So these people have mental issues, and they have no morals. They have no empathy or anything like that. So they're going to dox you, and then they're going to not only harass you and threaten you, but they're also going to threaten people in your family. So when you play Club Penguin Online, just remember that you're potentially putting you and your family at risk or in danger, because if these people dox you, you're going to get swatted, and bad stuff is going to happen to you. You are going to be another victim of Club Penguin Online. And that is why I'm making these videos, because I don't want there to be any more victims. I don't want there to be another Vale. I don't want there to be another Sydney. I don't want there to be another Reed. I don't want there to be another me. I just don't want people to have to go through what I went through. No one deserves to go through this stuff. No one deserves that. You go on Club Penguin, you play Club Penguin and CPSs to relive your childhood. That's why a lot of people play Club Penguin Online, to relive their childhood. Not to be a victim of cybercrimes, not to be cyber harassed, not to, go through this stuff. And a lot of people that play Club Penguin Online are clueless. They believe the CPO propaganda that Club Penguin tells them, because, you know, obviously, oh, this person's a staff. Because when someone's a staff member, no matter what, there's automatically some type of trust that is already been built. You know, when, you know, there's automatically trust, because you think to yourself, you know, okay, in order for this person to become staff, they had to, you know, be approved by the community. They had to be trusted by the community. They had, you know, they've been in the community for a long time. So they're obviously, you know, some type of a decent person. So there's automatically that trust built. And the people, they believe the staff members because, you know, they trust them. And unfortunately, that's how Club Penguin Online continues to have so many people that play their game. It's because there's so many people that trust the staff and believe everything that the staff says. And, you know, it's normal for that to happen. But it's CPO propaganda, and Club Penguin Online is not going to stop. You know, it will not stop, because even if Riley does get arrested, there's still going to be Epic out there who's still going to continue to do it. He's going to take over in Riley's footsteps, and then you have, you know, other people that are still going to do the same stuff. So it's just, Club Penguin Online is not worth it. It's not worth getting doxxed. It really isn't. This is something that's going to be a part of my life for the rest of my life, until Riley gets arrested. This is something that's going to continue to haunt me. You know, for the rest of my life, my nudes when I was 16 will always be out there. My information will always be out there. You know, I'm always going to have some type of harassment. You know, whether it not be online, whether it just be people sending me random shit, like condoms. Someone sent me a dildo. So, you know, it's just not worth it. It really isn't. Think to yourself, do you want to experience what I went through? Do you want to be the next person? Do you want to be someone that I have to interview on my video because you're someone that has either been a victim of Riley or had an encounter? Do you really want to do that? Or do you, like, just think that, is it worth it? Is it worth it? Is it worth it? There's other games and other servers you can play. You can play Club Penguin Rewritten. Now, I know Club Penguin Rewritten, a lot of people are going to probably get mad that I said Club Penguin Rewritten. But I just want to make one quick, you know, acknowledgement real quick in terms of Club Penguin Rewritten. So there's rumors or allegations that Club Penguin Rewritten has done shady stuff. Now, I don't personally know if those are true, right? I don't know. I haven't really ever played Club Penguin Rewritten. I have talked to the Club Penguin Rewritten staff, and they are nice people. I do know that Club Penguin Rewritten, however, is not collecting child pornography. They're not blackmailing their users. So, in terms of them being a safe alternative, that passes safe alternative as long as you're not collecting child porn from your users and you're not blackmailing them. I think that's considered safe, despite, you know, maybe their staff members might not be the best, and that's normal. You know, no game is going to have perfect staff, especially a fan creation of a game. These staff members aren't paid; they're volunteered. So you know, these people do it in their free time. They're young kids that, you know, are staffing out games. So obviously, no game is going to have staff that are going to be the best as when Club Penguin and Disney owned Club Penguin. That's just unfortunately the reality of the situation. So if you're not going to play Club Penguin Rewritten because of the staff, well then unfortunately you shouldn't be in the community, because no game is going to have perfect staff. That goes with Penguin Oasis. Penguin Oasis is another great game that you can play. It's obviously for more mature users, but they have a great community, and, you know, the game is safe. The owner isn't blackmailing his users or collecting child porn from his users, so it's another great alternative. There's another server called Flipper that's coming out that's owned by someone that I'm personally friends with. That's a great guy that put hard work into his game, and I know it's going to be a great game and stuff like that. So there's other alternatives to Club Penguin Online. Now, obviously, these games are not as big as Club Penguin Online, but they still have users. I mean, Club Penguin Rewritten is the second biggest Club Penguin Online, second biggest Club Penguin server, and then you have Penguin Oasis, which is the third biggest server. So, you know, there's other ways that you can relive your childhood without putting your personal information and putting your family at risk, and that's important to know. One other thing before I end this video, it's very important and very crucial that you do not, and I mean do not, ever register on any fan recreation of a game or site with an email that is linked to your personal information. So do never use an email that is linked to your social media accounts or linked to something that can reveal who you are and where you live, because they can use that to dox you. There's such things called as email doxing, where people can use your email to find information on who you are and actually dox you. If you go on Facebook, you can search someone's Facebook account by their email. And then you can go on sites like White Pages or Been Verified or People Finder and Tellius and do email searches and find information by searching the email. So it's very important, if you're going to register for any site that is not owned by an official game or like a company that runs a site, to always use a throwaway email. You can use something like 10-minute mail, which is like a mail that expires and it's like 10-minute disposable mail, or create a completely different Gmail account. Just don't use an account that is linked to your personal information, because that's how people get doxxed. Always use a VPN. There's free VPNs out there that you can use. There's cheap VPNs that you can out there to use. I own a VPN called Astra VPN. That's 99 cents a month. So, and honestly, I'm willing to give it to free for people as well, because I'm not in it for the money. I'm not in it. I'm truly not. I'm just here to help people and spread the word. That's literally what I'm here for. So there's other ways, that you can play Club Penguin safely. I just want everyone to know that. So, be safe out there. Please, truly be safe out there. Unfortunately, this is what we have to deal with. This is the reality of the situation, that there's people that unfortunately, do this type of stuff. And as long as there's evil in the world, there's going to be stuff like this going on. So just stay safe out there, guys. Please spread this video. And God bless, and I'll see you guys in the next video.